You know, just because you're outworking the person next to you may not mean that you're working your hardest. You know, you got to look in that mirror and you got to know what you see in yourself for sure.
Can't stop my shine, can't stop my grind. Foot on the gas. Can't stop my shine, can't stop my grind. Foot on the gas, too quick to cash.
Yeah, you caught me right there. You caught me laughing. Just over.
My name is Eliezer Evan Holyfield. I'm 24 years old and I'm a professional boxer. I had started doing Taekwondo when I was around 10, and I think I did it for roughly around 2 or 3 years. Ended up being ranked number one of the years, and then the following year I came back and ended up getting disqualified for, hitting people a little bit too hard to the head. So at that point in time, my dad had wanted me to get into boxing because he was saying if I was going to hit people in the face or hit them hard in the head, I might as well not get in trouble for it. I had my first fight when I was 8, but I had quit boxing. I didn't quit, but my mom had took me out, and she literally put me in every other sport, just hoping I'd find a different passion. And before I started boxing back again, Taekwondo was it. I wanted to go to the Olympics. I wanted to take it to the highest level.
Right now we're at Old School Boxing Gym. I've been coming here since
there you go.
Forever.
Stay sharp, baby. Don't go to sleep in there.
We made it like my home, especially when I come to Colorado Springs.
It's been a true experience coming up here. I've never been to Colorado in the first place, and never been to Colorado Springs either. So it's been really just an experience just to drive past the U.S. Olympic where they train at, and I understand why they train up here now. It's been a challenge with the altitude and stuff like that, but boxing or really combat sports is a mental game, so it just makes you a little bit more tough.
When I see Evan, I be the big brother, but I be like the bad big brother, because I know he get motivated by me talking to him. So that's what I do. When I see he's slacking, I just talk to him, and then he'll pick it up.
I've been knowing about Adrian for a long time. Just you watch HBO. Well, really, if you watch boxing period, you want to know Adrian. Yeah, he's top tier trash talk. Top tier.
Don't let him trick y'all. He don't want to get it.
At first he used to be too young, then he was too small that I can't hit him. Now he the perfect size. I can punch that.
The main focus has actually been focus. When things get tough or when it's starting to get a little bit harder to breathe, you're getting less oxygen to your brain or whatever the extremities you got. You gotta remember, when it gets hard like this in the fight, and you just can't let yourself fold in, you know what I mean?
Out of Atlanta, Georgia, Evan Holyfield.
Holyfield is a last name, for sure. But I feel like it's really a name that my dad has really built for himself. It holds a lot of weight in the sport of boxing.
He says his dad's legacy isn't pressure for me, it just motivates me. I have to be great too.
I don't really look at my last name as a privilege or anything. Many people in the game, I feel like they go against me, and you know what? They give me their all. It's a hard fight every fight because everybody wants to beat Holyfield. They think about my dad when they're trying to fight me and stuff like that. But after the fight, they know who they fighting. You know what I mean? They're fighting young Holy.
And Nick Winstead is down. That didn't take long. And they wave it off. They stop it. It's over.
I remember when Mike Tyson came to my fight. It was actually my first fight. It's real packed in the place, in the venue. It's so packed, but all of a sudden I just see it kind of split apart. You could tell somebody's walking through, somebody important, because it split apart like the Red Sea. And all of a sudden I see my dad and Mike. And Mike's hype, you know what I mean? He's looking around, he was like, yo, where's Evan? Where's Evan? And I'm in the back of my mind do not tell this man where I'm at. I'm trying to get ready for the fight. I'm already sweating bullets because it's my first fight. So the one thing in boxing is you're not allowed to come up to the apron and give instructions, Or if you're a fan of the crowd, you're not even allowed to come up to the ring. He runs up to the ring and he starts giving me instructions, but he starts throwing punches. He's like, Evan, you gotta throw your punches like this. Foul, 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 foul. And literally, he told me what to do, and I applied it immediately, and ended up catching the boy with a crazy hook or something like that. And they gave him an 8 count, and I won the fight. Crazy, because it was a moment when I realized he was great, and it was a moment I realized I wanted to be great too. It's probably the time when he got inducted to the National Hall of Fame. He had invited me to come. Of course, I went. Actually, I had a tournament to go to, but I chose to watch him get inducted to the Hall of Fame instead of going to my amateur tournament, because this time it was a little bit surreal to see him get inducted to the International Hall of Fame. I look around, and I'm looking at all the pictures of everybody who's been inducted, and one thing I noticed was there was no father-son tandem inside the Hall of Fame, and that's when it struck me. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, or exactly what I wanted to accomplish in the game of boxing at that point in time. I wanted to be in the Hall of Fame, either recognized above my dad or right there next to him, you know? And that was just be an honor for me. If I'm able to do that, or when I'm able to do that, I can write it off, you know what I mean?
Maneuver the ball on a string. Went through pressure, yeah, I know what it takes. When you see that look on my face, you know I'm coming in dangerous. Like Curry, I shoot without aim.